repeating by itself, but nothing keeps on changing. And now Ghana, send Ghana, and it's a bit of a Tonko Ghana, assign Konechi. But we need to see some change. ECG containers here, yes, security agencies. At my go investigation, all of a sudden, I go home be containers. Meanwhile, they were all in the country. The Ghana security personnel, we need intelligence. National security for the only thing they know is arresting people. And the gangster style, they have no intelligence. But when you come to the Western world, they recruit people with brains, people with no intelligence will be to my humano. A better was a nipa not a wheelchair, yet or an intelligent person. But Ghana, no, yet will be a wabo, not still again your human. Me why they have no intelligence. But mind him, will be a clear container basic Ghana hop, temapot. I'm a Chinese near we are container the cuisine yard. I crash all the way singing as Ghana security for Uno. If I should be video show on our Afenyo Markins. I better Ghana forecast a container be a year. NPP for zone and easy for about power we are container and a market container. No, I didn't. Then when it turned, and baby who's a son NPP for time. Pacho inti on about Afenyo Markins. Pacho some more kind of pacho teeny because Afenyo Markins started on a very good note. Or he was speaking as a Ghanaian, but or see a wutu for moya krom for pacho inti.
I have heard views expressed on this matter, and I must say that today is another day of sadness for the politics of the country, because a system has succeeded in setting us up to set ourselves apart. Mr. Speaker, let me give some few facts for the Hansard of this House. I had the privilege of chairing Ghana Water. Every single reform I initiated ended up in the media, caused by the very people who perpetuated it. And in the end, it turned political. So, nothing gets done. ECG, I had the privilege of chairing the board in July. Because I'm a businessman, the first question I ask myself is that how can ECG award a contract? And when the contract is awarded, all the person does is deliver at the port, present bill of lading, and request for payment. I said, with the greatest respect, I don't want to use a word. This is Parliament. I was shattered. I said, how? And ECG would have to pay. So I realized that ECG was paying a lot of bills when they've not even had access to the goods. And when you ask them, I asked the procurement manager, director of procurement, a question. I said, why did he say, oh, Chairman, this is the practice since. This is the practice. And they will bring you document. I listened to Honorable Member for Second D, lawyer, you from Second D, question meeting. And I am adopting his submissions as though they were mine. The time has come. This politics, somebody says MPP, NDC, it's a system problem that I will any day support this minister to embark on reforms. How come containers at the ports, containers that have arrived, the bureaucracy at our ports, they say the containers are missing. Mr. Speaker, it is true that when these containers come, there is some connivance with some customs officials, and they sell these containers, these cables that ECG needs after the supplier has been paid. They sell the container, and then people will sell back to ECG. Are we pretending we don't know? Instead of us to pay attention and kill the rots, then we come here, then MPP, NDC, so now they say, oh, maybe it's happening on the MPP, it's happening on the NDC. No. An honorable minister, I know what you can do. If we can give you support to do it, you must adopt a posture, a non-partisan posture, and tackle the rot. But if we all want to approach it, MPP, NDC, Mr. Speaker, it will remain. NDC will spend 4 years, 16 years, 20 years, the same thing will be there. They will come into opposition, and the same thing would arise again. Then the perpetrators will be there in the system. Mr. Speaker, today, Ghanaian businesses cannot sleep because there's a new government, whereas foreign businesses are surviving because their ambassadors will be protecting their businesses. So Ghanaian businesses who did business in MPP time are at risk, whereas foreign companies are surviving because we are quick to say this business is a pro-MPP, so it should die. What are we doing to ourselves? What are we doing to ourselves? Mr. Speaker, I know the minister will come and say, oh, ECG has a huge bill. There is debt. Now who calls them? Us, as a political class. When there are issues, we don't identify the issue and say, this one is a national issue. Let's kill it. We want to play partisan football with it. It comes back to haunt us. How many people pay bills in Ghana? ECG, all the power that we produce. Mr. Speaker, let me hazard a guess. I can say, not on authority, that less than 20% of consumers pay. A lot of factories consume electricity, they don't pay. The prepaid is adjusted all over. At the end of the day, it becomes the debt of the state. These are things that if the minister comes and says, look, I am embarking on serious reforms, I will go all out to back him. Because if the nation fails, it affects all of us. And for MPP, NDC, we shouldn't be too comfortable with this democracy. With this day social media, the youths, they are so impatient that if we continue to play this game, they will be watching. We may be surprised. Let's be careful. Let us be careful as a political class. The issue at stake is scandalous, is serious, it's not MPP, NDC matter. All these public institutions, and sometimes some of the appointees of the previous government, you see them even saying that they are professionals. They were not MPP. Now they come here and then they are dining with you. You're also happy. When you lose power, they turn around and they do this and that and that. And then they are hitting our heads and we are here shouting. No. The public system, the public service structure, those SOEs, that government invests so much, every now and then, we have bureaucracies being established by law, and the state will give money. Look at the initiative, this gold board initiative. For all you know, government means well. But trust me, if in the enactment, we don't put in place the support systems, people will take the money and say, but I helped the NDC to come to power. He will even go and buy the gold, and you cannot even prosecute. I invested in Winneba. I bought taxes for my people. The person is working. He's not paying. You can't prosecute. You can't even shout it. No. The public system, the public service structure, those SOEs, that government invests so much, every now and then, we have bureaucracies being established by law, and the state will give money. Look at the initiative, this gold board initiative. For all you know, government means well. But trust me, if in the enactment, we don't put in place the support systems, people will take the money and say, but I helped the NDC to come to power. He will even go and buy the gold, and you cannot even prosecute. I invested in Winneba. I bought taxes for my people. The person is working. He's not paying. You can't prosecute. You can't even then have to pay. What is going on in the country? Because politics, we know. We set up initiatives where we are helping our people. We give them the loans. Kufuor's Maslock. People didn't pay. Rawlings's intervention program, poverty alleviation, they didn't pay when Rawlings lost, Atamus lost, and Kufuor came. All the attempt to prosecute those people who didn't pay the loan, they said because they were NDC. When Akufo.
All right, enti Honorable Afenyo Markins, I can't say bebre. Now, the things he has been saying, there are some things I need to pick up from him. Afenyo Markins say, "E wutu for akoromfo no the nisika to come on manya work and pay." And then they decided not to pay it back. All those independent jekana wuki. They have decided not to pay. A key point. It's because politicians, are training the panel. Say, politics there, ukuma, ukunyeska. Until when you also come back and you give the money to the people, they wouldn't even also pay. That is how politicians in Ghana have trained the ordinary Ghanaian to believe. ABM, or say, he knows, say, containers in Abano. Some people in politics, customs and immigration officers, and then people as ECG and Kunave Eton, and it has been there all this while. I know that Afenyo Markins, what are you saying is true because you are speaking as a Ghanaian. But when the news first came at NPP4, NDC4, you were quiet. That is the only problem I have. Just at time now, friend NPP4 say, "Hey, stop! Don't make it this way." But I call back, but who said no? Sana, you people in NPP actually sold this kind of containers to these Chinese, Now you have come back to speak as a Ghanaian, telling Ghanaians that we should all come together and build a better nation. And you are telling the political class, we need more from a political class. If it is the people in the parliament, and I say, I don't even know who is the political class. Afenyo Markins always keeps on referring to the political class. That is something, that is where the problem is. Because you were voted to come and solve the challenges in the society. It is what you want. Why were you quiet? NPP for boy, NDC for this, or NDC for Nakotons. Why were you quiet? Honorable Afenyo Markins. Now you are saying, say the people of Ewutu air for. What do I say? So much about my we a lawyer ni. What the car? He come and for no. They are saying I can't tell myself the car. You have to also tell us. We also need to know because we are also Ghanaians. We need to know. What did you tell them? Because lawyer need they saw the car more ademobia. You have to sign a contract. Until the only contract we need to know. You tell us. Say this is what I did. This is what I told them, and all these kind of things. Until no politicians, I'm careful. Maslock, yenim. I'm for Maslock. Omontuya. What did you tell them? And you're going to see now the campaign. And you're Afenyo Markins. And I can't say NPP for Mona Moye social interventions. And then you lost and you are back here telling us say social interventions and it doesn't produce anything. It goes into consumption. It doesn't bring anything. When His Excellency John Dramani Mahama a builder terminal 3 as a self-financing, DNA can't you know. When an out so baby see cathedral, what did you tell him? Because cathedral and yes self-financing project, yes consumption. What did you tell him? You call yourself the political class. We know the political class. You started speaking as a Ghanaian, but you were also making it more political to see to say, I'm NPP, you come back and think say we should talk as Ghanaians. And now we are talking as Ghanaians and asking you questions. We are not foolish Ghanaians. We are sensible Ghanaians. So we also analyze issues. When you talk, we pick your speech and then analyze the keywords in your speech. We also studied. I did political science. So I know how people speech act. I know how people construct their sentences. In every single word that Afenyo Markins was speaking here, I know the reason why he was using them. And he himself had the reasons for choosing this kind of words. Because he's realized, say, agrono, eya kwagu NPP, Ghana for who say NPP for, eya kron for, until I'm kofa container bar, abaya kwa krade no. Majis can every ECG, no mas yakwa tomedi, Afenyo Markins. I know you know. You said you know, but you are not speaking on facts. But I'm telling you on authority, say you know. Because our position is in our would say, you've been here, you know. So tell Ghanaians, how do we solve this kind of challenges? That is why you are in parliament. The Edward Parliament says solve the challenges in the society. That is why I will call Futua. You talk about the man say, Honorable, come and solve our challenges, not to come and complain. Say Yakoromfo. There be a to for Yakoromfo, but they've been seeing you every 4 years. Be an different Land Cruiser. They know you. Every 4 years, you get a brand new Land Cruiser plus pickup or plus saloon car. Now, no ora for buy. You did drone could try fear was you a they saw it a wutu for a you are the first person to go back and tell ora for say the a publishing will be a you're going to see them. So ask yourself, say, if you are genuine, as you are also preaching here now, I didn't know who say ora do the out. When you pushed ora team no, so could you talk back then you I still say you were shivering. That is a political class in Ghana no, because you people connive with some people to destroy the nation. When I can't Charlie, I'm very cool. As I tell you, John's Afenyo Markins to shut up because he's now say doing politics with everything is no good. Yes, once a Koti NPP there, Afenyo Markins all of a sudden no. Trainer who say Kai, I go on Sana Akwati NPP. But time ana NPP for more posters, flyers, and then I'm saying this for so containers area no. Afenyo was quiet. Afenyo was quiet. Mamudu Baumia so our advice with the mamu. Intino.
Say attend Didier no ashiase. Enyasa. Attend Didier no ashiase. Asante fuona. Umubu omubese. Kasatente and toponko. Enyasa. Kasatente and toponko. Now, the Amidibas also say, attend Didier and Toponko. Attend Didier and Toponko.
And the Afenyo, Mamudu Bamias Menkanji was a Casatente and Toponko. Casatente and Toponko. To say attend Didier and Toponko. Unya NDC for how trouble NDC for. Also, it turned totally. It turned and now you are crying. Talking as if say you want to Ghana ni. You know Ghana for we been also assessing you. And it's animal way now here. For party no, kunya 38% no. And you need to learn. You need to move on as a society. You need to bring on strategies. And then quiet also you ever solve the challenges of the nation. At the internet say we buying ECG. Ekokra containers. And then yamaba. Ibedu te ma porter. Na kwa brane ya kotoma denedi. Afenyo Markins, you were there. Security agencies, already Bank of Ghana, you were the first person to become his spokesperson. NPP there. Now you did it. Honor nim kasa. And yes, sir. A NDC there, then you start to also insult. But a Kotia party there, then you come to speak as a Ghanaian. There be. Wow. Before I used to like you, Honorable Afenyo Markins. You used to be one of the best people I liked in Ghana politics. But now, not there. I say I go on. And I'm telling you, Ghana for the Nana Abama Bu ewo. They say that I should tell you, Ghana for Abama Bu. I'm saying people for Corona Mabono. It's too much. Obi ehun. Obi ehun. They say, what can we obi until Honorable? Bibi no can be a bit. Yatia bre. Until the president say, then can't you people for say, I'm a swally wound or say Yansankum. You're a JB Danko wound so Yansankum. Tiwa winim who was in Biakano. You will be invited. They invite all my Afenyo Markins. Don't go following them as if they won't NPP New Ghana. No, leave them to go and face the law. That is what Ghanaians are calling for. Leave your people to go and then face the law. But just a question, BBC, this is 1 hour with Munufie. Maybe I need to also go back and then the questions we all need to address it and then talk like Ghanaians. Sometimes we need to talk like Ghanaians. Honorable Afenyo Markins, I nanka me pe how he started his presentation. But who say my problem with him, they say, Abra na NPP for share flyers and I'm so NDC for and I told containers. He was quiet. He didn't utter a single word. But when it went round, Ghana for who said, I couldn't vote. And I had you. All of a sudden, no, he turns back to come and make noise. In him, until your people tell them, say, Mama has ordered, say, they should investigate everything. That is something you need to tell your people. In terms of this is 1 hour with Munufie. In fact, just a question, BBC. I think, say, I'll take my time to address it. Lawrence Hammond, I'll say, hi, Munufie, how are you doing? My dear brother, Afenyo Markins is a thief. Look at his body language. He's guilty and he will be arrested and go to jail. I know, I wouldn't be surprised, Lawrence Hammond. Afenyo, who say, baby, a big babono, a bad affected. They say, if Chief Justice is out, now a whole new Chief Justice bar, Afenyo, you can't fight the system again. That is why Honorable Afenyo Markins is crying now. He can't fight the system. And Attorney General I can't say, Akwana where we are going to see Kebibino. Wow, transfer security man will be ano. They will come after you. I know some people in NPP too sad. They will come after you. That is why they are crying now. NPP for I am about the door. Omoto say Laurencia. That is what they are all afraid of. And therefore, sorry. This is 1 hour with Munufie. So you subscribe here. Please subscribe for me. Say the channel no so bit me like in our share so send for phone so and sa a bit me can be. I think so I'll be very happy with that. Now if you did be army ba in new common as Ghanaians, we need to be doing a lot of talking as Ghanaians. Now if you ye hu hawa ye be ye. Ko Ghana from the hu se bimo epense monidi and a bimo so a pe agodi. Okay, is sister ya oda haya or say ya. Or the minister da, or the MP da. NPP for no, no. We have the men, no. They could fire address for at the nearby. And now what a praga, I feel the NPP for netia. And we need to check all this kind of things because society in a building. So if we fail, let me put it in this way. If we fail to be checking all these kind of things at the assembly and the brain dash, we need to be doing all these kind of checks. Because this is checks and balances, and the society, needs these kind of things. Society needs all these kind of things because when we are building a better society, we need to check. We need to check. Yeah, Willie, the NPP doesn't have Ghana at heart. That is why they only come to amass themselves with money. Because look at Saabaya, we are. Or create account transfer Ghana abansika kotumono. Yachi ukuna then you behind the scene na we o kisikare da ufie nyina asan this year. Attorney General say they have CCTV camera capture lady oyi sika no edipie. That is what Attorney General is saying. Say they had CCTV camera capture lady na all kisika. EDP if you Munufie. Because who say baby say I didn't do no likely say security agencies will come to their home. So she decided to take all the evidences out. Now say what my say na why you say ube bokoro no e my no. I don't know we didn't between that. The only place where we could stop them judiciary about the nipa no kwa no bi so koja ponche na wajai no. Intimate I'm very happy say nipa na ye petition command His Excellency say only Chief Justice in free honor. President say man 10 days on fan respond. Fine, Mr. President, with the Council of State, do your own research and if